Hello and welcome to Lifetime in Court, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I am your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I am Drew Current.
And I'm Rebekah Frese.
Rebekah Frese is back in the house.
I love that.
That's a song I wrote.
That's
I've
really
always
good.
wanted a jingle.
Rebekah Frese is back in the house.
Rebekah Frese, back in the house.
Yes, we are back, continuing our eating disorder series. We have our expert here, Rebekah Frese, of course. Hey. You know, good to have you back.
It's good to be back.
Another week, another movie. There's surprisingly many of them.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There seems to
we're
be a
not
lot.
covering all of them. We're only covering 7 because that's enough.
That's enough.
It is plenty.
Plenty. And you learned the trick on YouTube to watch it at 2 times the speed.
I did.
So how'd that go for you?
It was wonderful.
Right? Because, you know,
great.
in TV movies, there's normally a lot of dramatic pauses and, like, just kind of, like, looking and...
There's a lot of looking at each other.
You know,
Yeah.
Yes. So this kind of cuts that down. And Sarah Reed, my roommate, was like, how do you watch these? Because they're like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I know what they're saying.
You know,
Right.
yeah, you already know what they're saying.
Also, I've seen these all before.
Yeah,
Rebekah has not.
I haven't.
yeah.
Although I don't think I missed much.
No.
Watching it.
So
That's
it doesn't like fast forward it. So it doesn't. They're not like.
Oh, no.
It's just they're like cutting any pause. Like it's just going like.
It is slightly faster. So the
Okay.
pitches of their voices are raised.
Oh, okay.
So if it was like the singing Karen Carpenter one, it's like, oh gosh, this is awful. But
Yes.
for normal talking, it's fine.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like listening to a podcast at double speed.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
And there's also a way you can cut out the pauses. So this pause could be cut out. I don't know how to do it, though. Okay, but we're not here to talk about pauses and speeding things up. We're here today to talk about the movie. Oh, before I say the movie, I should say, we are doing an eating disorder series. If that is triggering for you or you're not in for that and would not like to partake in this conversation, that's totally fine. Come back next week. We'll be doing a cheerleader murder movie, as
We
it
love
goes.
those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're great.
Yeah.
Nanny killers.
Yeah.
Whatever. I can't remember the ones we actually did record, Drew.
Yeah, I don't either.
Something
so-
about a mommy group.
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
It's a surprise for us. So whenever they come up, we're like, oh, yeah, we recorded this one in January, February, March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you do listen and you do feel triggered or need to talk to someone, you can call 1-800-931-2237 to talk to someone at the Eating Disorder Association, the National Eating Disorder Association. They'll be happy to listen to you.
Yeah.
24/7.
24/7.
There's someone there 24/7.
Yep.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So today, the movie we are talking about for Drew to know, it is called Perfect Body.
Yes. Right here, though.
Yeah, already.
So-
here we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I watched this movie on YouTube. Was there an ad before it played for you?
No.
Because I definitely got an ad for a protein shake that suppresses appetite and
Perfect.
kills bloat.
Oh,
So I thought it was
That's
real fitting.
amazing.
right.
Yeah.
Good job, advertisers. Way to be assholes.
Good work.
Way to have an algorithm that is incorrect.
Totally
sometimes.
wrong. Yeah, well, the Perfect Body as a title is implying, you'll see why it's titled that, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this movie came out in 1997 on NBC. It stars Amy Jo Johnson, who you may know, Drew, from The Power Rangers.
Yeah.
She's also on Felicity, and she's done a lot of stuff. She's,
She looks familiar.
yeah, she's all over the place.
Yeah.
She's very Canadian and actually a gymnast. So it's
Yeah.
fitting she's playing a gymnast in
Yeah.
this movie.
That's fair.
It also stars Brett Cullen, Ray Baker, and, wait for it, Drew, friend of the show, Wendie Malick.
Wendie Malick.
Wendie Malick is back.
Good.
She's been doing TV movies for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Over 20 years. Because
That's
she's in
impressive.
Hallmark movies
Oh,
now.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
like in all the Hallmark movies. And we always love her.
Yeah, she's great.
She's great.
Yeah.
And I will spoil this. She's still good in this.
Yeah.
Great.
Good.
Still covers her neck, though.
Yeah,
she's got
she
that.
does
She's
do
like
that a
covers
lot.
her
Was
neck.
she the mom?
She was the mom.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, she covers her neck because it's just like she doesn't like
She
her
doesn't
neck.
like. She's like, I have an old lady neck, or like I have a like veiny neck or something.
Something
so
like
she
that.
covers it with like.
Interesting.
In Hallmark, she's like always wearing scarves or
Right.
always wearing pearls. In this movie, she was also wearing scarves, and I'm like,
And a turtleneck.
it's not. We're in Seattle. You don't need scarves.
You don't need scarf.
Maybe a light scarf. So jumping in, Rebekah, as always, just interject as you do.
All right.
Keep me in line, please. You know,
Sure.
I'm drinking wine. Who knows what I'll say? Yes. So we start off. We have Andy. Okay, she is a gymnast. Okay, and we like immediately get a montage of gymnastics.
Yeah.
Which
Just in
I'm
general?
here for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Like real gymnastics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Like actual gymnast flipping and tumbling,
Right.
doing the high beam, landing, and like a puff of smoke comes up or whatever
It's
that
chalk.
stuff. The chalk comes up.
Yeah.
You know? It was amazing.
And then it switched to the Power Rangers. doing
right.
it.
Yep.
Exactly. They're
Yeah.
like, Go Power Rangers. Anyway, is that it? Go Power Rangers? I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah. Something like that.
But it's all like slow motion, and she's like stretching with the team. She's like very much a leader on this team.
Yeah.
Okay. And she is like in the peak of her training. She's doing very well. And like we're speaking about the perfect body, she's very athletic, like very toned, like very obviously an athlete, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And at the beginning here, she's super strong, which,
Yes.
like,
Because you got to be.
yeah. I
In
mean,
gymnastics, yeah, you have to be. So we see her mother, Wendie Malick, of course. And there's this like guy like watching her also from like the deck, like at the cheerleader meet? No, gymnast meet. I don't. Is that what it's called? A meet?
Yes.
I do not know.
Okay.
But I'm
well,
sure it is.
basically, a meet is happening. Wendie Malick's like, "Go, daughter," and this like blonde guy is like looking. He's like, you know, he's scouting her. It turns out he's a coach,
Oh, okay. So he's a big time coach.
Olympic coach,
An Olympic coach.
and you know he's like it's like very intensely watching. You know, I'm like, this is weird. This is gonna get weird.
Yeah.
And she gets actually offered a spot from the coach to train in Seattle. I think they live in Portland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, I want to train you. I trained a gold medalist last year or last Olympics, and it's getting ready for the next ones. And you're going to be really good. So Andy is going to be leaving behind her boyfriend. His name's Josh. She's like very popular. She's like smart. She gets like straight A's. She has like a real chance of getting to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Which is like her dream.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then she goes with her mom, like they fly to Seattle and they're going to kind of check out the camp, do like 1 day training, see if it's for them and then do it or not.
Cool.
Okay. And he like is yelling at all the girls in the
That was
camp.
the first thing I wrote down. This coach is always yelling.
I mean, I feel like that's just what coaches do. Like you just yell, you're yelling always.
I guess. But it was
But
just
that's
like
usually like for football. Or
if it's a
something.
tour to like recruit someone to want to go there, you'd think you'd tone it down a little bit.
right.
Yeah.
And he's like, let me introduce you, Andy, to the star athlete. Her name's Leslie, okay? She's blonde. Amy Jo Johnson, or whatever her name is, Andy, is brunette. So that keeps it very clear for me, who gets confused by hair color. And Leslie is like the all-star. Okay.
She was on the previous Olympic team.
Okay.
She got a team medal.
It's her turf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the coach brings them into the office, and he's like, okay, like, how much do you practice at home? I want you to do at least 40 hours here a week, which is a full-time job.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
And
a lot.
the Wendie Malick's like, what about school? And he's like, hire a private tutor. It's only $25,000. No big deal.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, okay.
And Wendie Malick's like, I don't like this already. And then the coach like tells Andy to stop eating like gum.
It was whatever
Or-
like candy he had on his desk.
He's like, don't eat that. It has too many calories.
He's
And
like,
she's like,
yeah. said you've got to watch those calories.
Yeah, gotta watch those calories.
Oh,
I'm like, it's on your desk, bro.
that sounds like a bad coach move.
And it's one piece of candy.
Yeah.
Don't have it on your desk then.
Yeah, you need you need some, and you're a coach. You're
Right.
If you're a coach,
Well,
got
you'll
there.
see, Drew.
Okay.
You'll see.
Okay.
Oh, it gets worse.
It gets way worse.
This guy always Brett. Is it Brett Cullen?
Yeah.
Yeah, he always plays a villain. He's always
Yeah.
a villain.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, he did a good
always.
job. Although it was kind of sexy to me as a 35-year-old. I was like, I would date him.
Yeah,
I mean, not the character, just like him.
Right.
just Cullen. Yeah,
He's very like 90s hot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, this guy is 90s hot. 90s hot. Anyways, maybe I have something going on where, I want men to yell at me and tell me not to eat candy. I hope not. I hope that's not a thing. So Wendie Malick is like totally not 100% on board because she doesn't want her daughter to peak at 18, and she gets in a fight with her husband who's like, I want to see her on a cereal box. If this is what she wants to do, then she should do it. Mm-hmm. And Wendie Malick's like, okay, well, I just want her to have a normal life,
Yeah.
Okay.
She's already going into it not on board. Wendie
Yeah.
Malick is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So mom. So that's kind of a new one.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Or from the other ones, it's like
Yes.
the mom isn't like, you're gonna eat that you're gonna eat that.
Yeah, you're right.
Slice.
But she still tries to be supportive going into it because she's the one who moves up to Seattle with Andy. So there's an effort to try and be supportive.
Okay.
Right. So they're going to move together. I thought she was going to be in like a training camp or something, but they actually like rent a house, and Wendie Malick like gets a paralegal job. Because she's that badass, just getting a paralegal job
Just
out of
gets
nowhere.
a paralegal job.
It's like, whatever.
They're in high demand up in Seattle,
Sure. So they throw a big party for Andy, like a going away party, and they have this cake, and the boyfriend is like, I brought you your favorite cake, and her friend is there, and the friend's like, come on, eat the cake, and Andy's like, I might just call her Amy Jo Johnson because this Andy thing's like messing with my brain. So we'll just change her to Amy Jo Johnson.
Okay.
So Amy Jo Johnson's like, I'm training. I can't possibly. I couldn't. You're gonna mess up my. I'm going to the Olympics. I can't eat cake. You idiot. And Josh is like, or does she ask him if he thinks she's fat, or that might be later?
I think that's later. At some point she does.
Yeah, I think he might say like, do you think you're fat or something? Just eat the cake. And she's like, okay. And then she like eats a bite of it.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing like what's to come with this thing. But they're like promising each other they're going to maintain a relationship. Like they're going to do a long distance thing. And then they have a passionate kiss.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Aw.
she goes away and he stays. Josh. So Amy Jo Johnson and Wendie Malick, they're like going to the first day of practice. So they're like setting up kind of like a little thing that happens. So they drop Wendie Malick drops Amy Jo Johnson off, and Leslie comes up and she's like eating a sandwich, like scarfing down a sandwich, like a breakfast sandwich. And she's like, welcome to hell, bitch. And Amy Jo Johnson's like, what? She's got little pigtails on. Like she was like just like a cute, happy gymnast. And the other girl's like, been here, done that. So Amy Jo Johnson goes inside and meets Kate, and Kate's like a little bit more welcoming, but she's like, you're going to want to like strip down to like your unitard or whatever it's called. And like, you're going to get initiated real quick here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And there's like a therapist and a doctor.
There's the lady who is, I think, the team trainer, like athletic trainer, introduces herself as like the team nurse, doctor, and psychiatrist or something.
Right.
Wow.
So she's there to like make sure everyone's healthy.
Yeah.
Okay. She's doing a real bad job because when Amy Jo Johnson goes to the bathroom,
Guess
who's in there? It's Leslie.
Leslie.
The star. And what's Leslie doing?
She's vomiting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Voms.
she is. And Amy Jo Johnson's like, hello. Hello. Are you okay? Do you want me to call the doctor? I just met her. And Leslie's like, do not.
Don't.
Absolutely
think about
not.
it. Yeah.
Mind your own business. Leave me alone. Okay. So Amy Jo Johnson checks her pigtails in the mirror. Looks adorable.
Yep.
I can't stress enough the pigtails and how adorable she was. And I brought
so
a clip.
bouncy.
So I want you to guess, Drew, at this point, before I play this clip, what the initiation is.
For an initiation for this,
She's the new girl. What's her initiation?
I don't
See,
If
I
it was-
like what it would be like
If it was you, what would it be?
if I was doing the initiation.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it would be like, you got to eat this whole whatever, this whole jar of pickles. That's mine.
I
And they're
thought-
spicy.
Drew, have we talked to nothing?
Drink this whole thing of sriracha sauce.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be some like conditioning thing.
Yes.
Like fitness test.
Is it
Right.
just like straight up just
What?
kick
I'm gonna
the
play.
shit out
I'm
of
gonna
her?
play you the clip.
We're gonna show you.
There's no physical violence, but lots of emotional violence.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Okay.
much.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Want to hop on for me?
Now?
Yeah, it's part of the routine. I weigh all the girls.
Oh yeah.
Is this going to be a problem?
No, it's just fine.
So he has a scale in the middle of the gym, and all the girls are lined up to weigh in front of each other.
You know,
Oh.
because gymnasts are in weight classes.
All right.
You're going to have to lose 8 pounds.
This is average for a girl my height.
Do you want to be average or do you want to be your best? Because I am not interested in average. Whatever you were before is not good enough now. Here, you're going to have to be stronger, faster, and higher, and the only way you do that is with less. Is that clear? Okay. Next.
Okay. Did you see those pigtails? Mm-hmm. And did you
so
see
cute.
that? Did you see that fucked up thing that just happened?
That was so like they are just standing there
Yep.
watching her get
Yeah.
ridiculed.
And
by
they
the
all
guy.
have to get on the scale too after.
Yep.
I think my sriracha idea is way better.
Oh, so much better.
So much better.
I would rather drink a bottle of sriracha than do a public weigh-in.
I
Yeah.
mean, there's just no point to that.
No.
From like a coaching standpoint, like a public weigh-in, what is the point?
I don't know. I mean,
I-
it's manipulate. You know, trying
Yeah.
to manipulate and
Yeah.
twist.
Exactly, because after that, Leslie weighs in and he's like, "Wow, you're maintaining your weight. Good job." And we
Right.
know what she did to do that.
Yeah.
You know, Coach doesn't care. We also find out that Coach is not called Coach. He's called David because he's like one of them. They're friends.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Well, when you win an Olympic medal,
yes,
you now get to be friends with the guy.
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that was weird.
Yeah, I was uncomfortable at that point.
Yeah.
Like, I've
Well, I love the music that was like.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and like I've had coaches call me fat, but like they never told me I had to lose a specific amount of weight, which maybe was a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, when somebody who is supposed to be coaching you is more focused on like
Yeah.
your weight than like what you can do,
yeah.
What
your
your
times
awesomeness
or
is, yeah.
what
Like-
your scores.
right?
Yeah.
Because you have to
I love
have
that. You want to be average,
Right.
or do
Right.
you want to be your best?
because your weight is
No, I
that-
didn't mean average. Like I'm average. I meant the weight.
Yeah,
dude.
I like that she
Don't twist my words.
spoke up there too, because like that shows like her true character.
Yeah.
Like she eventually, of course, gets beaten down by the system, but at first she's like, "This is fucked up."
right.
Yeah. Well, you can tell in her eyes. Okay.
Yeah, what is happening? So we got another gymnastics montage, of course. And Drew, I will say, Amy Jo Johnson did have a body double, but she did a lot of her stunts as well.
Oh, good. Yeah, yeah.
The other girl, definitely not. She was like flip, 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 flip. Put a little shot of her face sideways, and then
Yep.
flip, flip, flip more. Yeah, the other girl,
Like there's
not
a flip
gymnast.
and out of camera, and then
Yep.
pop up.
Yep,
Yeah.
totally. That happened
That
a
old.
lot.
That old move. Mhm.
Yeah, but gymnastics montage, and then we get Andy, and she's like starting to like question herself, like in the mirror and stuff. She's like doing the thing where she's
get the
like
pinching.
Pinch the-
her skin, and she thinks she's fat, so she skips dinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she starts like skipping meals, and
Oh boy. Here
yeah,
we go.
Here we go. And it's 4 a.m. the next morning. Andy has to go back to practice. Her mom like grabs her some orange juice and Eggos, and sends her off to practice. And Leslie gets like paired with Andy to train because Leslie is better and Andy can learn from her, I guess, is the coach is thinking. And they're pushing each other to be better, so it's working. We get another montage of like them flipping together and like one after the other.
But before that started, he had her like watch Leslie and was like, look at how her body moves. Look at how graceful she is.
Look at how light
she is on her feet. Like, so it set Andy up there instantly to just compare herself to everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like physically too.
That's what yeah.
So after practice, Amy Jo Johnson goes to school, and then she goes back for more practice. And she calls her boyfriend, and they're like on the phone, and she's like looking at herself in the mirror and like pinching her skin, and she's like telling him that she's the fattest girl in the gym and all this stuff. And he's like, "You're not, though."
You're what?
Yeah.
No, I think you are very hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're the Pink Ranger. Because it didn't say that.
He didn't say that. But he's basically like, I love you and you're great, and you know,
Right.
this is silly. Don't say that about yourself.
Yeah.
And then we get another thing of, I'm trying to see. Oh, this is where. So they do like a little training or like thing for the public.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And all the gymnasts are there.
It's like a fundraiser or something.
Yeah. And Leslie.
A fundraiser?
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
It's some kind of fundraiser to help all of the gymnastics gyms in the city.
Oh, so there's a bunch of gymnasts are like flippity flip.
Yes,
flip.
lots of more flipping happening.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is Leslie and Andy, Amy Jo Johnson, go out for like a snack.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And Amy Jo Johnson gets a soda, diet soda. And Leslie gets chocolate eclairs, like multiple.
Several.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And Amy Jo Johnson's like, what? How do you eat that and stay so thin? And Leslie's like, I know a way.
There's a way.
There's a way. You can eat whatever you want and not gain a pound. Mm-hmm. That's literally in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my God. So,
bulimia school.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And
the peer pressure here is real.
Right. And she's like, it's not a big deal. Everyone does it. Don't worry about it. Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
So they do. And I mean, it seemed to me like Amy Jo Johnson's character really wasn't bulimic.
No.
She was just doing it because of the peer pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what it seemed. Because it seemed like, just from that clip, her characters were like, well, I'm not like that. I work out a lot and I'm a gymnast all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I can eat whatever the fuck I want. Really.
But she's been like trying to diet.
Right.
Because she's trying to lose the weight.
Right.
So she can get to be whatever she needs to be the best at her sport.
And at this point in time, the only like diet people knew of was to not eat.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Like
Pretty much.
So that's why.
So we didn't have like keto or whatever.
No, I mean maybe they had like the Zone diet with Jennifer Aniston at this time, probably. You know,
which was just don't eat.
Don't eat. It was like eat yogurt and turkey slices.
Yeah,
you know,
eat yogurt and turkey.
So Andy now is like waking up at. I'm sorry. I'm like jumping here because I'm like thinking of different parts of the movie. She, Amy Jo Johnson, gets up early to like work out now, so she's like waking
before
up
practice
even earlier to work out and then go to practice. And she's skipping the Eggos now. Like her mom makes her the Eggos and she throws them in the trash. She's instead of studying, she's
letting go her Eggo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boy.
I'm just trying to be real 90s, man.
That is a really 90s reference. Yes. So
she hides a calorie counter in her books for school.
She's like studying calories instead of studying Moliere.
Yep.
Unfortunate.
You know? And it's like, Amy Jo Johnson can tell us about Tartuffe. And Amy Jo Johnson's like, 100 calories. I mean...
Sorry, what?
Tartuffe was 100 calories. I'm sorry. Did you eat?
Right?
Did you eat the paper?
Did you eat tartuffe?
Did you eat tartuffe?
So basically, she's getting consumed by like trying to lose weight and like learning as much about like weight loss as she can.
Instead of comedy,
Instead
real true comedy.
Well, okay. So she then gets injured, like her ankle.
I think it's like an old injury that just is flaring up.
Okay.
Like it's
They have-
like a
'cause
rolled
they gotta
ankle.
have they gotta have like
Yeah.
tons of those
Oh yeah.
to try to.
Every day.
If I'd flipped once just to try it,
Oh yeah, no,
I would die.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the
So-
doctor gives her cortisone.
Which has to be approved by a parent. It's not. They
that's
just
not
draw
especially
up
if
the
you're
cortisone shot.
Yeah, if you're a minor, like she's a minor in this, right? She's
Right.
in high,
I
like
think she's
yeah.
like 17.
I think
Okay.
she's probably like a senior. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
And David tells Andy that she might make it to Olympic trials if she keeps up the good work, and she really sacrifices, like with this ankle.
Yep.
Because another girl like has a really bad knee, and she's like, "It hurts so crazy, but I'm gonna keep going."
He says to work
Doink,
through the
doink.
pain.
Work through the pain.
Blink, blink.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Wendie Malick and Andy go back home, and the dad's like, "Wow, you look great, Amy Jo Johnson.
Yep.
Did you lose weight?"
It would go.
Like
Yeah,
the-
our favorite thing to not say ever.
Yep.
those
And
unsolicited comments.
unsolicited. And
Even
and
solicited.
True.
I'm gonna say
Sure.
no. I'm
Right.
gonna say no.
good. You
Change the
should.
subject.
You should.
Do something else. Like say something. Be like,
Does this make me look fat?
I
No.
am hungry.
Yes. Okay. Right. God damn it, Drew. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. That's good. I like that. So, anyways.
No, the correct answer to that, sorry, is nothing does. Because you're not.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you go, bye.
Bye-bye.
And then you leave immediately.
Yes.
So Amy Jo Johnson and Josh go for a run because now she's taken up running to like lose even more weight, and she's like acting like totally bitchy because she's hungry, you know?
Oh yeah, she's totally hangry.
She's hangry.
Like the irritability part of the self-starvation is starting to come out here.
There we go.
And let me tell you, that is a true thing, Drew.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if
Well,
I
I mean,
don't
if you-
eat,
Yeah, you're not eating. I mean, you're not
I get
getting that
mad.
food.
And when I
Right.
wasn't eating like she was, I was like the worst.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Short fuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already have a short fuse. You know?
I already am a mad, angry person.
I'm the worst.
I'm
but then
already the worst. But you add hangry to that?
Oh,
Ooh,
it's,
boy.
Yep.
Right.
Not good.
So he like offers her some sandwich, and he's like, "Eat some of the sandwich, ha ha ha!" And she like slaps it out of his hand. She's like, "No!"
Fuck your sandwich, bitch. And,
Yeah.
And then
And she
punches him.
runs out, and he's like, "Come back, come back!" And she's no. She runs home. She's like drinking water. She's trying to like fill up on water. That's like a thing that people with eating disorders do a lot. Is like drink water.
Yeah. It doesn't help that like we see Instagram ads every day for like lemon water.
Yes.
Or lemon and cinnamon or lemon like that kind
Right.
of bullshit.
Cayenne.
Like
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
not. It's not food.
It isn't food.
So-
it's not food.
You know, she's trying to fill herself up, but it's not working, and she's like hasn't been eating, so she's been depriving herself of food, which causes her to then like binge from the fridge. Like she just starts like taking whatever's in Tupperwares and just eating it,
Yep.
and she like she's like really having a hard mental time. Like Amy Jo Johnson as like the actress, I was like, oh wow, she's like doing some good acting here.
yeah.
Because she was like, I don't want to be doing this, and I'm like afraid of what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. And then she goes to like throw up in the bathroom, and she like cries.
So she's like kind of aware. She's aware of.
She's like,
This
this
thing.
is out of control, and I like. This is why I say like she's not a bulimic, really,
Yeah.
in my opinion,
Yeah, I don't think so.
because
She's-
she's
She doesn't have. It's not the compulsion. It's just like her.
well, and it's not like pleasure. Not that it's pleasurable to binge, but like in the Kate story, the Meredith Baxter Bernie story,
Right.
it was like she was like
it was a release.
It was like
Yeah.
a vampire feeding
Yeah.
kind of
Uh-huh.
thing where
Yep.
then you feel
Yeah.
guilt. Like, but
Exactly.
but with her, it was like she was a vampire feeding and then felt guilty about killing the person.
exactly
Like,
good,
yeah.
good
Sort of thing,
analogy,
right?
kind of. Yes,
Kind of.
Sort of.
kind of.
I think
yeah.
she started eating because she knew she had to.
and also like when you're an athlete, you have to fuel your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she needs to eat.
Right.
So it's not even
Very
just like
much so.
It's not
even more than like me.
Yeah.
Like, no, you need to eat
Right.
more than I do.
So that's the last time she purges in the movie. That now she's just gonna like stop eating completely.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's the next step, right?
So Wendie Malick,
I don't know. I'm.
or wait, no,
It's from the hip here.
we do a
I'm
weigh
shooting
in.
from the-
We do a weigh in now, and Andy's down to 90 pounds, and David's like super happy about it. He's like, "That's where you need to be.
Man.
That's great."
She's 5 feet tall and a senior in high school. And she weighs 90 pounds.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
One of my legs weighs that.
oh boy,
No, I.
she calls Josh because she's like, "I've been training so much. I'm so lonely, and like whatever." And what is Josh doing? Kissing the best friend.
Oh, yeah.
What? Well,
Kissing the BFF.
oh no.
So it's
Oh,
the next meet, the big meet, where she invites Josh to come to the meet because this is like the divisionals, and she's like, "I really want to be there," and it's her and Leslie. They're like competing for first, and David's like, "You guys are going to be winners." Leslie nails it, and Andy is so hungry that she can't concentrate. Like she's like looking like kind of like woozy and stuff, but she pulls out the routine.
She gets through 2 routines.
Yeah.
She gets through the floor and the beam.
Oh wait, no, that's later.
Oh.
This one, she does the routine flawless, but she like lands on the mat, she sticks it, and then she passes out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the doctors all come and they're like, "You know what? Like this happens when you're training at an Olympic level. Like you need to like adjust your calorie intake to maintain with the level of training you're doing because you're doing 40 hours a week of training."
Yeah, and you're taking in none calories.
And she's like, "I ate a banana," and Wendie Malick's like, "That's not enough."
And the doctor's like, yeah, it probably isn't enough.
Yeah, he's like, "But this happens all the time. Nothing to be worried about."
Nothing to be.
And Wendie Malick's like, "I'm worried. Is there another doctor?" You know?
Yeah, go.
Like,
Get
what
it.
is going on?
Get it, girl.
She's trying, but
Save,
no one.
save that.
The
daughter
problem
of
with
yours.
Wendie in this movie is that no one listens to her.
Yeah.
The whole movie, everyone just like gaslights her.
Yeah.
We'll get to the big gaslighting scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because a lot of times when you see athletes working this hard, it's like they're driven and they're dedicated and they're working hard towards their goal.
Yeah.
But like not everybody is going to see her skipping meals or hiding her food. So
Right. Yeah.
She's making it look like she is eating
Yeah.
by letting go of those egos. Let go of my ego.
She's letting
Yep.
go of her egos.
In the trash.
Uh-oh.
Wendie Malick thinks she's taking them to practice and eating them. You know? So it's not adding up.
Right.
So, what happens? Wendie Malick calls.
they go home again, or did I?
I'm so lost
Am
in
I
my
behind?
notes for this.
Yada yada yada.
Yada. Okay.
Love.
Yeah.
Either way,
Yeah.
Either way, I think Josh is celebrating now, right? Because he's still in town because he was at the meet. So he brings a pizza over. He has a little flower. He has a little candle. He like sets up a whole nice romantic thing, and he goes to like put on music. And
She,
Amy
like-
Jo Johnson's like, "Oh, I'm not eating this pizza." She tears off a piece of the pizza and puts it in her napkin.
and he totally sees it. He sees the whole thing.
Yeah, he's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "You know what? Take your pizza, take your flour, take your romance, and get out of here. Get out of here!"
Because he caught her sneaking a pizza.
Yeah, and she doesn't want to talk about it. And
Right.
he is like, "You have to eat. You just passed out at the meet and said you ate a banana."
and you have to have like the best cure for that.
Is pizza.
Just an insane amount of pizza.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So she gives him the cold shoulder. She's cutting everyone out of her life now. She like gives Leslie the cold shoulder because they had like a bitchy like comment at the meets.
Yeah.
And Wendie Malick is like, trying to figure out what's going on with her daughter. She catches her doing sit-ups in bed in the middle of the night. Our classic trope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she calls the husband, and this is where the gaslighting happens. She's like, "This is not normal. Something is wrong." And the husband's like, "She is an Olympic athlete. Why wouldn't she do sit-ups in the middle of the night?
Like, maybe it helps her sleep. Maybe it helps her relax.
And he's like, trust the coaches. The coaches know what they're doing. We're paying them to do this. Wouldn't they know?
Yeah.
You know?
I wouldn't call it gaslighting. I'd call that the dad's just being like an idiot. Like, he's just like, well, I don't know. Well, everyone does that. I don't know. Hey, leave me alone.
And he's not there either, so he doesn't know.
Right.
So Andy's
leave me alone with this shit. You deal with this shit.
Well,
I know nothing of this.
Well, see,
Football. No.
it's almost like you're quoting the coach on that one.
Sure.
Oh.
Because maybe I'm skipping ahead too much.
Okay, that's fine. So Andy's hair falls out because she's so malnourished. And she's like starting to be like, something is wrong with me. You know, it's not like she's like oblivious. Like, she knows something's going on. You know?
Yeah, something's fucky.
And Leslie tells David that Amy Jo Johnson's not taking care of herself. So he like talks to her and he's like, are you taking care of yourself? And she's like, sure. He said, that's all I need to know.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know.
Cool. Yeah.
As long as you're performing like you are, I don't need to know anything else.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's not concerned with her well-being. So he tells her to train all weekend and she's going to miss Josh's birthday because I guess they've made up. But Wendie Malick is like, I will call Coach David and tell him that we have a family emergency and you can't be there this weekend so you can go see Josh if you eat a skinless chicken breast and a baked potato.
Ooh.
And Amy Jo Johnson's
Trying
like,
to bribe
Dio,
her.
I learned a trick. I could eat whatever I want and not gain a pound.
Oh, right.
You know?
Yeah.
So she does. She eats it and then throws it up. So she can go to the birthday party. But the birthday party is actually not that great because she sees Josh and her best friend hugging.
Uh-oh.
Right? But they were like talking like, we kissed. It was a big mistake. Let's not do that again.
Okay.
You know? But
So
they hug it out and she's like, how could you do this to me? Like, you're my best friend.
How
and
could you
you're
hug
Josh.
her? How could you hug her?
Right. And like, if you only knew what really happened.
Be like, oh.
Right.
Which never comes out, by the way.
Nope.
Never comes out. So she's like accusing him of.
So you're sitting there waiting for it?
Oh,
It
yeah.
never happens.
No.
Because I feel this is what I was waiting for. I was waiting for like that to be like come into view of her, and then her be like, "Oh yeah, well I'll show you. I'm never gonna eat again ever again.
Nope,
because of that or something."
So,
nope, it just happened. It was just a side thing.
Yes.
Great. Who cares? Great.
So he tells her that she's being too selfish and like focused on training, and he's like, "We need to break up." And she's like, "What? You're gonna break up with me?" And surprisingly, she goes off with Holly, the friend who was just macking on her man, and actually really macking on her man, but she still doesn't know and never will know. And they go on a swing set, and Holly's like, "I'm concerned." Okay, and I brought a clip today of Holly being concerned and Amy Jo Johnson being like, well, I'll let you see what she's being like. Okay. Because again, I thought she did a good job in this little part.
Beautiful, smart, talented, but not lately. Now you look like hell, and I don't know how to help you. Oh, Holly, I keep trying to figure out when everything got so crazy. Just keep thinking if I can just push right through this, I'm gonna feel good again, you know? I know what I'm doing, Hall. I can see myself. The thing is that I can't stop. I know what I'm doing and I can't stop.
Yeah, and the friend's just like, well, fuck.
It's like,
Right.
can't argue with that.
Those were the pauses I was talking about, by the way.
Yeah.
If you could tell.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
just can't.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, stop.
So,
Stop that.
the-
I think
go ahead.
I think that scene in particular was one of the better like instances of humanizing the characters that have eating disorders.
Yeah, that was that seemed pretty, and you know, she was good. Pink
Yeah.
Power Ranger was great.
Yeah, and I think too that's where a lot of especially athletes get into trouble is they see not eating or skipping a couple of meals as a quick fix, but then it just kind of snowballs into a full-blown eating disorder, and by that time it's got such a hold on them that they don't know how to stop.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it is a fairly quick fix, right? Like it's like just not eating.
And you see the results with like for gymnastics
quickly.
You're like, well, yeah, I'm lighter now, and I can like go much higher on my pole vault,
right,
or whatever it is.
And then, but you can't pull up as much. Like your muscles are deteriorating.
Not at this point, but she will get there. But yeah, it is a good job of like humanizing. She's not like Tracy Gold and For the Love of Nancy, a girl where she was a walking eating disorder.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like Amy Jo Johnson in this movie is a athlete. She's a gymnast.
A person.
She is dealing with this in her life.
And
you know what I mean?
Anytime there's like any kind of dialogue or something someone explaining, hey, I do know, I know, but also I can't stop. So, because I'm a human being and I have an addiction / compulsion, whatever it is, to doing this thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I always get that. I'm always like, yeah, okay, I get that person. Even if they're like a villain saying that.
Sure.
Like they'll be like, I can't stop, but I know what I'm doing. I know it's wrong.
Right.
Yes.
I kind of get that. I mean, I wouldn't murder people, but, I
Right.
get it. Like, cigarette. I know what I'm doing. It's horrible for you, but I can't stop, and I love it.
So Andy also gets a talk from the doctor at the training center, and she's like, it's dangerous and it's unnecessary. Like, you're an athlete and you're gonna move through this. Then like, you don't need this, and it's nothing I haven't seen before. She's very unfazed, but she feels the need to say something. And then Amy Jo Johnson goes to lunch, and she's like trying to like eat, and she like physically cannot. She's like trying to eat a piece of chicken. She's like, I can't do this. Everyone around her is like eating normal, and she's like watching them, and she's just sitting there, and she like eventually has to get up and like throw out her lunch.
It's like really? A slow brewing panic attack for her.
Yeah.
Like, she has developed such a strong anxiety around food that even watching the people around her eating makes her
like not hungry.
And,
or like nauseous or not hungry.
Well,
I think it's just like,
and panicky.
Yeah.
Like she can't fathom eating, and so seeing all of the people around her doing that.
Well, any kind of panic or anxiety and panic definitely does not come with hunger. Like, that is not those things don't usually coincide. So panic, like adrenaline, and that kind of stuff, you're not hungry. Like, that's
right.
You don't be hungry when you are like, when you have those kind of feelings, I feel like. So, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway,
I mean, it's less hunger than just like very anxious, like thinking about the calories, because she knows how much calories are in that piece of chicken, and she can't put that in her body.
Yeah.
Because she's trying to maintain this weight for whatever. So she's also like skipping the meals. She's like hiding cereal now. She's like making it look like she ate a bowl of cereal by like dumping it in the trash and then putting the bowl in the sink.
And guess what, guys? Moms always check the trash.
Yes. Yes. So Wendie Malick, of course, catches her, and she demands a meeting with the coach. Coach blames her. And he blames her, and she blames him.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where he was like, it's your job outside of the gym. If she's doing what she needs to do in here, it's your job outside the gym.
Yeah, maybe you should start parenting. And she's like,
Yeah.
Right.
But she's not having it, and she calls the dad. She's like, you need to come up here. So the dad comes and he's like, oh my God, she really has lost a lot of weight. And
because he tries to hug her and she runs away.
She's like, no, don't touch me.
Yeah. Is this also where we see that she has to now wear a belt to hold up her sweats?
Yeah, because she goes for a run so much that she has to wear like a belt to the smallest setting on her sweatpants.
On sweatpants?
Yes.
Okay.
But they're like, we'll get to divisionals and then we will decide what to do. So at divisionals, Amy Jo Johnson, she's looking rough. She's got bags under her eyes. The makeup department did a good job making her like, like cheeks sunken in. She's pale. And we get a lot more gymnast routines happening right here, which I was like, yes, thank you very much. And Andy like does a really good job, or Amy Jo Johnson does a really good job. She like on the first two, she's like in the lead. And then she gets uneven bars and she's like swinging around and she misses a catch and just falls on the mat.
Yep.
She like doesn't break anything, just like fractures some bones or something.
Yeah, she fractures some vertebrae. So she almost broke her neck.
Oh.
Yeah. And the doctor's like, she needs to take a break.
Yeah.
Needs to take a break. She needs to listen to her body. She's under a lot of stress, and her body can't take much more of this.
Yeah.
Coach David comes to the hospital. He's got flowers, and Wendie Malick's like, get out of here.
The fuck out of here.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
And they like yell at each other again. He's like, you're the parent. And she's like, you're an asshole.
Yep.
That's what happens.
Good job, Mom.
Good job, Mom.
But Andy gets out of the hospital, or Amy Jo Johnson gets out of the hospital, and Wendie Malick is like, we're going to go back to Portland. This is done.
Yeah.
We're going to deal with your eating disorder that you clearly have. And Amy Jo Johnson's like, no, this is my dream. She runs away. She runs to the gym, and David is in there, and he's got people on the scale, and he's like yelling at them.
Like they're new girls. Like he's got a new round of
girls.
young athletes.
Oh, okay. She kind of like stumbles in.
She stumbles in. She looks at it, and you see her like be like, "This is fucked up."
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's giving the same speech to the newest girl that he gave to Andy on her first day. That's like, do you want to be average? What you were isn't good enough, so we need to...
Right.
She's realizing she's been manipulated. And she's like, this is not good. Leslie comes up and she's like, so sorry you didn't make it to nationals or whatever was next. And Amy Jo Johnson's like, I don't even know if that's really what I want. Like, I did want it, but I think I'm good.
I think I'm good now.
I think I'm good on that.
Okay.
So she agrees to move home. So she's at home. She's in recovery now. So she's in like some type of recovery clinic. Not like she's at the hospital, but it's like
it's like outpatient. So she goes to therapy and then she comes home.
Gotcha.
And she's trying to explain it to Josh. And I would play the clip because it did a good job, but it was very minuscule of like her actually talking and more like emoting. But basically she says like she didn't really want to like let people down. And she like, I think she says she felt like pressure to be perfect.
Oh, yeah, I wrote this down. She said, I felt like I had to be perfect or I would disappoint everyone somehow. So, like, she knew her parents made this tens of thousands of dollar investment in her gymnastics career. So she had to be good. And in order to be good, she had to listen to her coach, who told her she needed to lose weight. And the only way she knew how to do that was to not eat. So, like... it spiraled into
Oh, that's
like,
interesting. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And she did a really good job acting that. And like, I was kind of getting like a foot clamped, you know? I was like, this is like, okay. But again, we said that this is relatable to me and we'll talk about that in a minute. But then late at night, Andy goes back to the gym. So I brought my clip for this. She goes to the gym. Hold on. I'm going to turn this down a little bit so I can fade it. She's like, it's a dark gym. Okay.
She sneaks past the janitor.
She takes off her shoes, takes off her little hoodie, and goes and like caresses the beam. She gets on the beam. She's like kind of spinning around, doing little tricks, smiling. She's like doing it for herself, you know?
Damn.
Not for anyone else.
That's great.
Not doing it for exercise. She's doing it because she likes it.
Yeah.
And there's a single light on in the gym over the beam.
Single spotlight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
Right?
Good job.
And it's like, don't give up. Go. Yeah. You know?
So we just like play this out.
Right? Yeah. And that's it. Weird choice, Peter Gabriel right there. Weird choice movie for 1997. I mean, maybe he was big then. I thought he was more of an 80s guy.
I mean, he was still kind of jam. Well, 97, that's a little
late.
closer to
Little late.
the aughts. Yeah.
I was only 2, so
Right.
I don't know.
Okay, so on the podcast, we either pour it up or put a cork in it. We'll start with Becca. What are you going to do to this movie?
Well, in my notes, I wrote that I would pour a half glass.
Sure.
personally, I'd put a cork in it. I'd never watch it again. It's one of the better ones that we've watched in
You'd
this
pour
series.
it up, but like chug it real quick.
Yeah.
Just be like, okay.
Yeah,
got
we're
it."
done. All right.
You'd chug it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I was so conflicted about this movie.
Right. Well, I mean, they're all gonna be that way. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, they're all going to be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't like it was a horrible movie. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we've watched worse.
Wait.
Yeah.
But it's again, isn't going to be a movie that I'm like, hey, friend.
Watch it. Yes.
I think this
well,
would be a
right.
good one. Like,
That's usually not the pour it up, like, spectrum. It's not like, hey, everyone go see this. I pour it up, and everyone should watch it. It's like, this is more of a personal thing.
yeah.
Sure.
But-
well, what are you gonna do, Joe?
I'm going to pour it up.
All right.
I'm pouring the hell up. Power Ranger. We got the pink Power Ranger in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All, like, in the clip
Yeah.
that was in there, she was, the couple of clips there, I think she was a good actress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I think it had, like, a little bit more dual humanity in there.
Right.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I'll pour it up for that.
Yeah.
Well, right, because we're in 1997 now, so we are past the point of, like, we're over 10 years now, like 15 years of, like, America knowing about eating disorders. So, like, explaining the tropes of what an eating disorder is, like, people know at this point what it
Yeah,
is.
I
Yeah.
think
You
at
know
this
what I
point,
mean?
Yeah.
Also, well, I'm obviously going to pour it up from how I've been talking about it, but what's different here and why I'm pouring it up is because it's like an athlete's perspective,
Yeah.
which doesn't really get talked about as much.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens all the time. Let me tell you.
It probably happens
Yeah.
a
lot.
A good amount. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. But it's nice to see here a full arc of a character's journey with that, too. Like, I mean, sure, it's cheesy. She's on the balance beam at the end, like, doing
Yeah.
whatever. But at least we get some type of closure there, and she's in recovery. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the first time we've seen that
Yeah.
also.
I kind of appreciated, too, that we didn't get any bad therapy scenes.
Yep.
Like, instead of having, like, at least
Right.
one therapy scene that is bad, like, they just didn't put any in. Because those were the worst parts of some of those movies.
Yeah.
Right. There's no man
Or,
to
like-
come save her,
Because it's
Right.
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 which I appreciate.
That was cool. It was her, and her. I do like the fact that, like, her mom was the one being like, "Something fucky," and I don't like it.
And she
Yeah.
knew what
Yeah.
was up.
Yeah.
Well, she
Yeah.
knew what was up. But also for me, like, this is very similar to kind of my situation with the eating disorder. It was like I was a swimmer, so like I knew what was going on. Like, I understood that I wasn't eating enough, but I wanted to, like, get faster. I wanted to, like, increase my times. Wanted to look good because, you know, I'm in a Speedo
right.
for 4 hours a day.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of vanity and, like, body dysmorphia too there.
Right.
But, like, it started with, like, trying to be healthy, like dieting, learning about calories, exercising. I would exercise in the morning and then go to swim practice and then go to class and then, like, do, like, another exercise thing and then, like, go back to practice. So very similar, probably, like, 4 hours a day
Yeah.
of, like, exercising and then, like, not eating to supplement the calories that I was burning.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Right.
know? And my mom, too, was like, something's going on. And she took me
Hey,
to a
bud.
doctor, and they were like, you're iron deficient. You need to go on iron pills.
Which is one of the first physical symptoms of not eating enough.
Yeah.
Right. And
Like-
my mom's like, this is some bullshit. I took you to a doctor, and they said, you're iron deficient? And, like, you know,
It's like that's it.
that's it? Well, I mean, because I was like,
Is that
I
because
was,
your body can't make its own iron,
Yeah.
basically, right? Like,
Yeah.
you can't just like. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I was 4% body fat, which is like bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's like
percentage.
show ready.
That is swimmer. It's also swimmer.
Well, I mean,
Like, that
yeah,
is a
it's
swimmer
low, but if you're
percentage,
eating
but-
carbs and like calories and stuff, you wouldn't get that low. Like,
Right.
that's like
Yeah.
the lowest you can possibly be
Probably without.
without
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
without croaking.
because I remember in college in health class, like I had to go like do like a fitness test because I was like one of the best athletes, not best athletes, but you know, the fittest by like a health standard.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they were all like impressed with that.
Right.
And it was just like more positive reinforcement. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
oh, well, good. Yeah, I'm fine. But then eventually my coaches in college and a lot of my teammates actually, which I like the teammates in this too. Like there was that Kate teammate, were like, something's not right here. And like, you can't eat a piece of pizza. Cause I would like order breadsticks instead of pizza, like with no butter or just plain breadsticks. And they're like, that's weird. Like you should eat cheese.
You should eat
And
all the things you need to eat. Yeah.
And eventually we were training in Florida. We were doing like this crazy training. And there's like not like one thing that I can point to that like put me on the right track, but this kind of is like a turning point. Like my friend Derek was like, we're going to the restaurant. You can order anything on this menu because we're burning so many calories. Like this is how many calories we're burning. Like he like did the math. And he's like, if you get these chicken tenders, you still have like thousands of calories that are going to not be recuperated from the amount of training we're doing.
Yeah.
And it was like, click in my head. I was like,
oh,
okay.
So just need to.
It just took the anxiety away.
Zero out. Yeah.
Because the anxiety of like, the place I got it to was like, I was very anxious about calories. I was journaling my calories, like very focused on like health.
Yeah.
To the point of like, not being healthy.
Where you weren't subtracting them? Like almost
I mean,
where
yeah,
it's like,
I would be like, oh.
we're like, I've had this many calories, that's too much. But then you forget to subtract them.
Exactly.
Right.
Almost like you're like,
Right.
yeah.
That was similar to my experience, especially when I got to college and was playing college soccer. This was the coach that told me that I was fat and not fit enough to play college soccer. It's a whole thing. She's not a coach there anymore.
Which is good.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
But yeah, like it got to the point like I was comparing myself to every other person on the team, both physically and just soccer skill wise, obviously. But yeah, it got to a point where I was just so anxious. Like I couldn't keep food in my room. There were no snacks anyway. Like yeah, like not normal college kid. Right. And it takes away from studying. It takes away takes away from everything.
It
having
does
fun
consume,
in
like,
college.
all your time. But it really does take people like, I mean, it just takes people to be like, that something's not right with you.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't know why it's so hard to say that to someone, but it really is.
I think you're lucky that you had somebody do that.
Yes.
My parents were the positive reinforcement that kept my eating disorder alive. My dad often made comments like as we were going through puberty and naturally getting bigger, he made comments about that. And we all started, like I started playing soccer as soon as I could walk. So I was always a little bit bigger than everybody else in my class because I was building muscle from such a young age.
Oh yeah, you probably like if that's what you were doing, like your gams are just like like you could rocket a ball, like, and it's like it's muscle. That's the weight,
right? But
that's
when
the
you're
bigness, right?
When you're a child and you're getting told that you're just bigger than everyone else, your mind doesn't connect what it is,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, so
you don't make that connection. You're not like, it's just muscle, Dad. Fuck you. Shut up.
I mean, that's what it should be, but if you're like still like growing up also.
Right. It just,
right.
You're just a nightmare.
And that's why that scene where Amy Jo Johnson's like,
when we're that young.
when she's saying like she knows what's going on, she just can't stop.
Right.
It's so perfect. It's perfectly put. Okay. I think that wraps up this conversation. Anything that I'm missing in the thing? Any last comments? You don't have to have them.
I don't think so.
I'm just stalling until I can pull out my Candace.
Stalling till they pull out the Candace.
I think you don't have to be perfect.
Right. You
can just be, and that's okay.
Yes. Well said. Okay. Now let's do a Candace.
Did I stall long enough?
Yes, thank you.
You can be perfect.
What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. On my wedding day, catch the bouquet. Candace hates the gays. Candace Cameron Bure. Drinking rosé. Eating creme brulee. Can't share with me. Candace Cameron Bure. Yeah. What you say? Candace Cameron Bure.
Yeah.
Okay, what you say, Candace Cameron Bure, where we watch her Instagram and we talk about it. Oh, it's starting already. Okay, here it is.
Aww.
So that's Candace's dog, Boris.
We're in a pool.
This is the dog that Mo Watson says she hopes will eat Candace one day.
Well, I mean, he's eating
She's
pool water.
splashing
as
the
she's
dog.
splashing.
Yes.
That
And
is
he's rolling in the grass.
Look at that dog.
Wait, I'm sorry. Do they have a golf green in their backyard?
Oh, yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I just wanted to have Boris here today because, it's a lot for this episode.
What did you say,
And-
Boris?
What?
He's
Boris?
just being a doggy. He's
Yep.
being a pup.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. What'd you say, Boris?
What'd you say, Boris?
He said, Candace is not my owner. I own her.
No, Boris is
much.
like, I love her. And I
great.
love you.
I love everything.
I love
Do
you.
you want to play?
You
Yeah,
want to
let's play.
Splash water and I'll try to eat it.
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
That's my clip for
Great.
today.
No, I love it.
So yeah, now you know who Boris is, Drew, because I feel like
didn't-
we've talked about Boris, but you've never seen Boris.
Yeah, I have never seen Boris. Now I have.
He's very cute.
He's cute.
He's a cute. Like, is he like part Rottweiler and
some
like
mix.
bulldog?
A big dog.
Yeah.
You know?
He's a big old dog, but he's just having a great time.
Yeah.
You know what? Great. That's great.
Good job, Boris.
Good job, Boris. You landed a rich ass family. Awesome. You can pool, roll around in a putting green. That's in their backyard.
Okay. So yes, Rebecca, anything for the pluggy time of the pluggy show?
You can request to follow me at Rebekah Frese, or you can just follow my other Instagram at Freezer, FRESER_.
Wonderful, Drew.
Yeah, I'm at Drew But With Pants, and you can also take a listen. You can take a listen to my band, and you can look at us too. There's pictures of
What's
us.
their name?
We're called The Limbos, and you can find us on Spotify and iTunes and Amazon, all those things.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both for being here, and thank you, listeners, for checking back in with Lifetime in Court. We watch these movies so you don't have to, but if you do, we'd love to hear from you. You can call us at 872-267-4117, or email us at lifetime, I don't know what podcast at lifetime.uncourt.com. That sounds right. Follow us on Instagram at Lifetime in Court. Follow me at Patrick Miguel. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.